Welcome to a surprise live stream.
Surprise! I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are
Two crazy ketos.
Crazy looking ketos, but we were just outside putting some wood on the fire.
Yeah, so we went to church this morning, came home, getting things done in the house. I painted our bedroom. My office is painted. The bedroom is painted. Now we just need to clean them up and we can lay the floor, and those two rooms are done. We still have the ceiling, but the ceiling is kind of like one of the last things I'm going to do.
Oh, happy day. Like all I could do is sit in the room, in the bedroom and cry at a beige wall, because you know what? We didn't have a beige wall before. We had a nothing wall. We had no wall. And now there are walls. It's amazing. Doing something from the ground up, like everything is a miracle. And I think that translates for my personal keto journey.
Yeah.
Because every single health marker you take back, every pound that you lose, every inch that you lose, every size you go down, like everything, you understand this is just your hard work, your sweat, your determination to make this happen. And it's happening.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah. So great day. So if you are new here, welcome. We don't normally do live streams on Sundays. However, we have if I can grab it, the Keto Chow, my Chow box.
Yes.
And we were going to film the unboxing, and then we just got super busy because we weren't originally planning on going to see John Paul, Michelle, and Peyton yesterday. And so with all that and everything else, we just decided, you know what, let's go ahead and do it live. And we're going to do something a little different. Normally, we give the box away and give people a few days. But last couple of boxes, we haven't heard from the winner.
It's happening
today.
So
what we're going to do is we're going to give it away during the live stream a little later on. We'll give you a warning of when we're going to give it away. But you're going to have to be present in the live stream to win. And the way you're going to enter is just to be active in the chat.
Right.
So if you're active in the chat over a certain amount of time, I think it's 15 minutes from where we decide we're going to give it away. Again, we'll give you a warning. That's who will basically be entered to win. The only thing that we ask is you do have to live in the United States or have an address that we can mail it to within the United States, because there are laws in other countries,
right?
When it comes to giveaway, which people have asked us, what does that mean? In certain countries, like Canada being one of them, you can't just do a giveaway.
No,
it has to be an entry kind of thing. So it has to, basically you have to put something answer this question. And then if you answer the question right or something like that, but you can't just do a flat out giveaway in some of the other countries. So the best way for us is to just not open it up to those countries. So we're sorry for that. It's just we also don't want to get our channel shut down.
No.
So if you are new here, welcome. We'll go ahead. We'll open this up. We'll also answer any questions, comments you have about the keto carnivore lifestyle. So you can type question and then the question. Now, if you get any value out of this, please do us a favor. Make sure you're liking our videos, sharing, leaving comments on every one of them. That really does help build the channel. And if you want to help us further, go ahead and use the link down below to buy us a cup of coffee.
I notice that while we're opening up the Keto My Chow box, you're also drinking a Keto Chow. It's nice that we did beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and it's nice that now we are moving on and you're able to reincorporate some things that are tried and true, Keto Chow being one of them.
Just, we got home from church. We wanted to do this live stream. I wanted to get the painting done, so I haven't had a chance to cook, and that's where I utilize Keto Chow. And all those times where I don't even have time to open up to do a bunch of eggs right now. I'm gonna make a bunch of eggs to meal prep and stuff like that. That's mostly what we're focusing on right now is a lot of eggs.
Because we got a lot of eggs.
The girls are giving us about 12.5 dozen a day. And so we're eating a lot of eggs. And eggs is one of the healthiest things that you can possibly eat.
Now, what I had that didn't require a lot of prep for lunch while Joe got started getting the painting stuff set up is we had gotten some roast beef when we recently went to Costco. I actually put that in the Costco haul, and we had some pickles, and then we had some spinach artichoke dip. And so I took some pickles and I wrapped them with the roast beef that was cold, and then I dipped it using the spinach artichoke dip. no regrets. That was also a fantastic meal. It was delicious.
Let's just take away at a couple of these comments here before we get into it. Laquetta said, "What y'all our Keto Chow birthday month surprise?"
Ooh, Laquita has a
Bill said
February
the
birthday.
surprise is you're doing a live stream.
Oh, thank you.
Joanna said, "How exciting for this! Just in time too. My brother just left, and now I can put my feet up. Hello, family.
Hello. Put your feet up if they are not already up, unless you're driving. And if you are the driver of a vehicle, please don't put your feet up right now."
Bobby said, "My feet are up. I have a nice warm dog in my lap. Perfect afternoon." Jesse said, "This is a happy accident that I just sit down for a minute to relax, doing stuff around the house all day, and there's a surprise live stream."
So what are you getting done around the house? Like what's your usual like Sunday afternoon, like settling in routine, especially to get you set up for the next week? Like, is that your laundry day? Is that when you meal prep? Do you try to like organize cabinets, like reset the house? Like, what is your Sunday afternoon plans?
So Joanna did her walk, uses her vibration plate, had coffee and lunch. Now her feet are up too, soaking in the sunshine.
It got warmish. Like, it was so cold, and we were kind of one of those ones that were like, "Ooh, it's cold." But now that it's not cold,
It's
I'm
too
like,
hot.
I remember free air conditioning.
Yeah. Andy said, "After being sick for 3 days, I'm finally finding some health and energy coming back." That's awesome.
I'm so glad to hear that, Andy.
Bobby said, "I'd be happy to win, but also happy if any of you win." That's
How
awesome.
nice.
Shirley's here from Pensacola.
Hi, Shirley.
Fourth now and first time feeling crappy fever today.
I'm so
That's sorry. Jesse is air frying a batch of pork rind pellets right now.
I will share that we have something kind of fun coming up. I just have to do things on a day that I'm out, like that we have available. Joe is not going to be available that day, but I am. So February 11th, which is a Tuesday. I know that's a weird day, a Tuesday. I am going to be going to the Orlando area to hang out at Disney Springs, which is just shopping.
Which is free.
It's free. Okay. So I was thinking that that would be a nice free opportunity if anybody is in the area on February 11th. I think it opens up at like 9:30 in the morning. So I'll just be shopping around that area. If you could use a Palentine's Day.
You should probably give yourself, it takes 2 hours to get there. So you might want to extend it a little bit so you don't have to
I'll figure it out. I will just want to give everybody a heads up.
Yeah.
Like, if you're interested, like, I know people have Valentine's, like, here's my Valentine. And so maybe you don't want to spend February 14th with me. However, February 11th, if you live anywhere in that area, I'm going to be coming from Arcadia over to the Orlando area. If you'd be interested, let's hang out, because I would like a Palentine's Day with my pals.
Artemis had 2 molars pulled yesterday. So much pain. Keto Chow has been my savior, keeping me nourished without tons of carbs or garbage. It's awesome for that. When I had all my teeth work done, same thing. Danny can't wait to meet us on the low carb cruise. Yep, low carb cruise coming up in June. Also,
so
if
excited.
You didn't know, they have released and announced for the Low Carb Cruise 2026 for anybody who is interested in there.
We've
already got our cabin all booked.
Definitely going.
Becca has been falling off the wagon recently. I need to start preparing Keto Chow the night before to help me stay on track. That's what it's awesome for.
What is awesome about Keto Chow is there's so many flavors. So it's like you can customize it based on your, what flavors you like the best. I'm going to say butterscotch, caramel macchiato. Like, I'm not even being biased. Like, we made those flavors because I like them. But there's lots of flavors, and then also fat source. So the taste of it is completely up to you. I like the fact that I can drink it or I could turn it into an ice cream. Like, I like the versatility of it. It's very helpful.
Let's go ahead and open this up. So if you don't know what this is, if you're new here, this is the My Chow box from Keto Chow. If you don't know what Keto Chow is, it's a meal replacement shake.
It looks like this.
But it is a lot more. So what's different at this from something like Slim Fast or even a protein shake or something like that is every serving contains 1/3 of all the vitamins, electrolytes, and nutrients you need. So it's not like, when you go buy a Premier protein shake, yes, you're getting protein, but that's all you're getting.
Right.
You're not getting any of the vitamins, the electrolytes, your nutrients that
you can get some seed oil if you want.
What makes this different from other type of meal replacement drinks is that there's no fat in it. You're going to add the fat. You get to determine how much fat and the type of fat. So most meal replacement shakes that are on the market,
you don't get to
they're
choose.
using like seed oils, which is really unhealthy, whether you're on keto or not. If you're even just checking out keto, if you're eating a standard American diet, if you're eating a vegan diet, if you're eating a vegetarian diet, please throw out the seed oils.
Yes.
They're horrible for your body. I kind of got into an argument with somebody on it showed up my Facebook thing about PETA.
Why
Because it showed up in my Facebook feed
with people,
and they started talking about how the egg shortage and that the egg shortage is showing us how we should not be eating eggs, and that the better answer is the manufactured eggs. And I couldn't help myself to respond,
the pretend eggs,
that it's all made from soy, and they were also advertising how you should be eating tofu. Tofu is the greatest breakfast, and my response was, tofu is horrible for your body.
Really?
And they're like, well, why is tofu horrible for your body? And I'm like, because it's made from soy. And soy is horrible for your body. If you didn't know, why is soy bad? Several reasons. Number one, pretty much all soy in the United States is made from GMO. So that's its first strike.
Numero uno.
Second thing is soy is filled with phytoestrogens, which increases the estrogen in your body and is linked to breast cancer and other forms of cancer. It's really not a great thing to be consuming on a regular basis. If you're having a little bit of tofu once in a blue moon, yes. But when most of your diet is tofu,
right, like
and soy because of the protein, not a good idea. And then also, by the way, the farming practice of soy is worse for the environment than anything that any animal or even cars could do, because of the amount of pollution that it takes to farm that soy. And so anyway, seed oils are horrible for you. So with Keto Chow, you get to determine the amount of fat and then the type of fat. Now, I always remind people, this is a meal replacement shake. A 200-calorie shake. Now, a serving of this is about 125 calories. So adding 1 to 2 tablespoons of melted butter, heavy cream, or that is not a meal. No. 250 calories is not a meal. Your meal should be 400 to 500 calories minimum, because we should all be eating a minimum of 1,500 to 1,600 calories. You shouldn't be eating below your basal metabolic rate. So make sure you're using enough fat, but you do need at least 10 grams of fat so that you can get all of the vitamins.
Well, and that's the thing. Sometimes people will utilize the Keto Chow and then they're not putting adequate fat in it. And they're saying like, well, it's not sustaining me. I'm not getting full and staying full the whole day, like until my next meal. And so the answer is in the fat content. So remember, protein satiates you in the meal. It is the fat that satiates you between meals. So if you're just trying to be like, hey, I'm just going to use like water and the Keto Chow powder, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah. Joanna said the egg shortage is because of the crazy way humans treat chickens to make them more money. Yes and no. I mean, listen, the problem is that birds are susceptible to bird flu. Our flock could get it if they came in contact with other animals that had it. Sure. Like if a vulture came down and pooped all over that had the bird flu, and then it pooped all over our yard, and then our animals got it, our flock could get it. It's less of a chance of that happening because of, we're free ranging and everything else like that. But the thing is that when you get into these factory farms for eggs and stuff like that, it's that when one gets it, they all get it, and they're all crammed in together.
Right.
And so that's why, if you can, support your local farmers. It's better for you. It's better for them. And then also better for the chickens. But somebody recently said something on Facebook, and I answered, they're like, I don't understand, why are the eggs affected by the bird flu, but not the chicken, like chicken meat, which chicken meat is, but not as much. And that's because of how long it takes to get a chicken, from a chick to egg laying, 5 to 6 months. But you can take a chick from a meat chicken from chick to butchering process in 6 weeks.
Right.
So if they wipe out a population, or have to euthanize a population of meat birds, it's a much quicker recovery period. But if you have to wipe out the entire population of an entire farm chicken house, well, that's 6 months until they're going to get egg-laying hens again.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference. Okay, so if you don't know what this box is, it's a surprise box. They give you 30 meals. You don't get to decide what's in it. And in exchange, you get 15% off or 20% off because it's a surprise box. And so I think it's 20%. So the best way to buy it is always with big bags using our link. But if you're interested in getting the surprise box, if you like a surprise, check out the link down below. If there's flavors you don't like, flavors you're allergic to, I would not go with the surprise.
No, because you can't control it.
Okay,
they're
ready?
choosing it.
Okay, first one is cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream. This is delicious. Let me know with like what are your favorite flavors as they come out of the box. So cookies and cream.
Strawberry.
Strawberry cream is freaking delicious. Perfect for Valentine's Day, I think. Vanilla cream. Snickerdoodle, my sister-in-law's absolute favorite. Chocolate peanut butter. Oh, this is my favorite ice cream probably is pistachio. Then you've got pecan sticky bun. Ooh, and you have blueberry pie. These are some great flavors. And then classic cake donut.
This is actually half classic cake donut and half chocolate peanut butter.
Because that's the fun part about Keto Chow as well, is that you can mix up a batch like together, like, because we never just make one Keto Chow. We'll usually make a whole bunch of Keto Chows at once. And so, yeah, you can mix flavors and they taste delicious.
And then a big bag of chocolate.
Oh, you can never go wrong with chocolate.
Yep.
That's perfect. Gosh, this is the perfect like Valentine's box because it's very like, I don't know, like sweetheart flavors.
Yeah, so that's what's in the box. So what we're going to do is in a little while, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into some of the comments and stuff like that. And then we will give the box away. And again, the way you're going to be entered to win is to be active in the chat. So just stay really active in the chat. We'll try to get through as many as possible so we don't miss anything. We won't go on long rants. Well, how about that? We'll try not to anyway.
All right. I see people they relax on Sundays. They meal prep because if they don't meal prep, they will cheat. That's good to know things about yourself. I see laundry is some. Angela says, hello. From Virginia, I cleaned up after feeding my son's family, now on the couch with my puppy. What kind of puppy do you have, Angela? Gail said, Sunday is a day of rest for me. I do my meal preps on Fridays and Saturdays.
That's awesome.
That's nice. Then you have a true relaxation day. It's funny, you know, a lot of times we will say, well, this is my relaxation day, but really it's an errand day. And so sometimes you need like just full relaxation. I don't even have to take off my pajama pants. That's my favorite.
Haley is on board the Utopia of the Seas,
Yay!
getting ready for dinner with her hubby. Love that ship.
Hey,
great ship.
I'm wearing a shirt that's got
Utopia of the Seas.
Utopia of the Seas and maybe some chicken poop on it. But like, yeah, Utopia of the Seas. I love
great
that.
ship. If you want to do a 3 or 4 night cruise, definitely check that out when you're in the Orlando
Have a ball,
area.
Haley.
Evelyn said I usually do meal prep for the week on Sunday, but I'm sick today. Guessing I'm not going to be going to work tomorrow. I'm running a fever.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Matt
Matt says that's
Tuesdays.
Yay! Let's Valentine's Day.
Deborah said Sundays are lazy days here. I'm about to have some 2KK yogurt, some salt and chili crisp oil drizzled on it, and a tiny bit of lemon.
The chili crisp oil, like last year, became such a cool thing, right? That was not really a condiment that I grew up with or was like aware of. Were you? Chili crisp, like the oil where you have like the little crunchies, but that stuff is flipping delicious.
Okay, Daisy's got a great question. Out of all the food challenges you guys have done, what is the most beneficial for weight loss?
Fear factor.
No.
Camping fear factor.
So some of the things that we've done have been for like a week, and it was more of just like a fun thing to do, like egg fasts and things like that. If you want to know what's going to be the most beneficial for weight loss, it's going to be some form of like beef, butter, bacon, and egg, or just eating a strict ketogenic or carnivore diet.
Yeah.
So what I mean by strict is keeping your carbs under 10 to 20 total carbs, avoiding all packaged foods, especially over processed foods. I mean, if you have something like a Keto Chow or something, I think that you're good, or a little bit of a keto brick as part of a meal, or like if you're on the go, but avoiding any of the stuff you buy in the store, avoiding all of the keto fake breads that you can buy in the store, because honestly, none of them are very good anyway for you. But just really focusing on meat. The reason I think beef, butter, bacon, egg is the best is because it's very difficult to overconsume beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and you are eliminating a lot of the things that are keto friendly that are easy to overconsume. i.e. cheese, sweeteners, things like that. So once you allow yourself sweeteners, you kind of don't have a shut-off valve for
Right.
that. I'm not saying sweeteners are bad, but if you really want to get focused in, when you eliminate all of those sweeteners, like you can't have sweetener in your coffee, you can't have sweetener anywhere, that really helps with having that shut off for only food. Now, you could make it where it's beef, butter, bacon, egg, and chicken and shrimp and all that stuff, but just eliminating all of that dairy and the heavy cream and the sweeteners and all of that stuff, I find is probably what's going to give you the most amount of results. But again, anything you do should be a minimum of 30 to 60 days.
I find that the things that I have the best results on too are the challenges where I brought a good, positive, optimistic attitude. If I come like everybody like should be apologizing to me for me having to go without something that I like, right? Like the ones that I'm like moaning about and like upset and like letting everybody know like how I am deprived of something that I truly like. The more that I kind of have this like venting atmosphere of dissatisfaction, those just never work. Those never work. I'm always mad, and I feel like there's a level of stress that accompanies it that just absolutely sabotages success. Like I think that you can have success on triple B and E. I think you can have success on carnivore. I think that anybody that's like, hey, I'm going to do everything I've been doing, only I'm just going to eliminate one ingredient. I'm not even going to try to do a heavy elimination. If you come to that with a good attitude, I believe you will have results. If you come to it like, I have to do this thing, this is like a baloney homework assignment for my health, then I think you don't do well.
Yeah. And I will say, since this video is about Keto Chow with the unboxing, I am not a proponent of eating only Keto Chow as your sole source of nutrition to lose weight, especially if you have dental surgery or sick or something like that. That's one thing. But as far as if you're just trying to lose weight, I do not, and I know Chris and Miriam have spoken about this as well, think Keto Chow is the best option, and it's not designed for that. Okay. And the reason that is two things. Number one, there really isn't enough protein in 3 Keto Chows. It's really at the lower end. 3 Keto Chows would give you about 75 grams of protein. So that's really on the lowest that I think anybody should go. So at minimum, you should be adding like a can of tuna fish or a can of chicken or something like that to up the protein to get yourself to about 100 grams of protein. But the real reason that I don't think Keto Chow is a good thing for the sole source of nutrition is, number one, people end up using less fat, and now they're doing like 1,000 calories a day. Well, of course you're going to lose weight
until you stop.
But you're not going to maintain that weight loss. Okay. There's a reason that all the people who ever did OptiFast and all those other slim fasts, when they're doing a liquid only diet, yeah, you lose weight because you're malnourishing yourself, basically. But what happens is you're not dealing with your food issues.
Right.
You're not dealing with how much food should you be eating. So I think if you're going to utilize Keto Chow, it should be for like 1 or 2 meals, and then eat a good meat heavy meal as a second or third meal, or a second meal of the day. But use Keto Chow the way it was designed for those quick on the go. I don't have time to cook, but make sure you're focusing on meat.
Well, and just know that we've been there too, where we have been to a point where we're like, I feel like I just need to drink all of my food because I can't be trusted with anything that I chew. Like if there's something like there's food, if I have to have a food interaction, I'm not going to be good at that. Yeah. Like I'm going to go overboard. What you need, if you're there, if you're in that space, this is what I'm going to challenge you to do. Yes, grab Keto Chow, like Joe was saying, not for exclusively for your food. But if you're like, I am scared, lean into community. Yeah. That's what you need. Lean away from never interacting with food and lean into community, because a lot of us, including Joe and I, have been at that point where we were afraid of food.
Yeah. Okay, the chat is flying because of the giveaway, so we're going to get through these real quick. Jamie said, best way to make a Keto Chow to make it as close to carnivore as possible. I'm guessing butter, and then I would use, listen, what makes Keto Chow not carnivore, it would be the flavorings and the sweetener. So if you want to get the closest to carnivore, it would be the core, because it uses the beef protein instead of milk protein isolate. It's still going to have the flavor like chocolate or vanilla or whatever, and then get the unsweetened. That would be the closest. But listen, Keto Chow is pretty close to carnivore.
Yeah.
If you take out the flavoring, which there's not a lot in there, take out the sweetener and then the gum acacia, but all of it's going to have gum acacia because all like heavy cream is carnivore. Sorry to upset some staunch carnivores, but heavy cream is carnivore.
Yes.
Butter is carnivore.
It came from an animal.
Okay. Now, butter, I think, is better than heavy cream because there's a lot less carbs in it. And because of the way it works, it doesn't tend to bloat people. You don't have all the milk solids as much milk in butter as you do in, heavy cream. But both of them would be carnivore. Kat said bird flu was Rob created a few years ago. Bird flu is why the eggs are so expensive. They have to kill the entire flock. Yeah. Bill said, what manufactured eggs, for crying out loud? Yep. It seems the aim of fake food industry is to turn us into human for raw by force feeding, thus fake nation. Deborah, question about cruising. I've read things regarding safety, especially for women on cruising. So my question is your thoughts on this. Rachel, are you comfortable going around the ship alone?
I am, Deborah. That's a great question because we have some people that may, have never cruised before, or like you're new to it and maybe you're going on a low carb cruise. So that's a great question. Yes, I feel very safe on a cruise, and for multiple reasons. Number one, it's got a lot of people on it. So you're always in a public space unless you are trying hard to find some nook or cranny that just doesn't have a soul in it. For the most part, whether you're going to a game or a show or dinner, like there's somebody else around. I also find, at least for Royal Caribbean, that's really the only one that I could speak about because that's the cruise line that we have exclusively used. But for me, and I'm sure that this is the case on a lot of other cruise lines, but there's always a member of the staff that you can reach out to. Like there's never been a time where I have not been able to like look at a room and see that there's somebody either they're like cabin stewards going up and down, the alleys. There's always plenty of people serving the pool areas. So even in a bathing suit and just like walking around, I have felt very, very safe on a cruise.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and pick the winner in about 10 minutes. So make sure you're active in the chat and we'll try not to go on rants. Pam is restarting keto after losing 50 pounds in 2017. I'm back. That is awesome.
Back, baby.
One thing I will say, like safety on a cruise, I feel safer on a cruise than I do walking around anywhere else. I'm even feel safe. Like I'll leave my stuff on a table in like the windjammer and then go up and get stuff. There are so many cameras, like nobody's getting away with it. And you're on a ship. The only thing they can do is literally jump off the ship.
Right.
So,
And I think if somebody like just stole a purse, they're not going to be willing to like die for that crime, probably.
Jamie said, I'm visiting my friend who is also on carnivore and we're watching some weird stuff on TV, but would love to win this.
Yeah, there's always some like good stuff. What is on your Valentine's playlist? Because I've got to get in the zone. I've been like action person lately. I've been watching some Star Wars. We started, but I fell asleep in Gladiator 2 last night. How did I fall asleep in Gladiator 2?
It wasn't that good.
Explain it to me. But so I've got to finish that up. But I need to switch over into more of like a Valentine sentiment. So help me establish that.
Gail has a great question. I was blessed with some pastured eggs, not wash. I was told to wash them before using them anyway. Special.
No.
You don't even have to wash them.
No, if you're going to use them, it's more like you don't wash them. If you want to leave them out on your counter.
So you can wash them or you don't have to wash them. It depends. Like if there's chicken poop all over them, you might want to wash them. Once you wash them, you got to put them in the refrigerator. Not washing them makes them last longer. So I understand that chicken eggs, generally even washed chicken eggs, when you buy them in the store, they're good for 60 days from the time they go in that carton. So, or the time they're laid, about 30 days from the time they go in a carton. And so chicken eggs will last a very long time.
That's great.
If you want to wash them ahead, go ahead. My thing is that when you're cracking eggs, whether they're washed or unwashed, when you crack eggs, don't crack them on the pan that you're going to be cooking in or in the bowl that you're going to be put them in. Crack them on the countertop and then put them in there.
Correct.
People talk about salmonella. Salmonella comes from the poop on the outside, not from what's inside. So chances of salmonella, even raw eggs. People worry about raw eggs. it's not really something that you should be concerned about. But, you know, like you can get salmonella faster from eating flour than you can from eating chicken eggs. But if you're going to like have an unwashed egg, like we usually don't wash them unless they're especially dirty. Like we didn't get eggs yesterday. They were especially dirty today. So we washed them all, but usually we don't wash them and leave them on the counter.
What I usually do, just for like mess's sake, you know, going to the trash can, is I always have just like 2 containers, you know, two, like you have your pan and then you have like, you know, a bowl or something that you're going to crack it on the bowl, crack it into the pan. And then I put the eggshells into that bowl that I've, you know, cracked it on. And then before I eat, I always make sure that I wash my hands before I, you know, go to really getting into cooking it and eating the food. Because again, yes, you have touched the eggs and maybe they were last in a chicken's butt.
Deborah said, I just tried the Kirkland Manchego cheese. It's kryptonite cheese for me. It's so delicious. I have not tried it.
Ooh, I'll have to try that.
I probably shouldn't. I choose this way of living.
Ooh, I love it.
Kathy said, does no sugar added peanut butter have enough fat to be a fat source in Keto Chow? I haven't looked at how much fat is in there. I don't think it should be your sole source of fat.
If you're trying to up the flavor of like a chocolate peanut butter to add a peanut butter flavor to it, you know, yeah, you can put like a scoop of it, but I would probably just make sure, you know.
I feel like it adds about 10 grams. Again, my personal opinion is your Keto Chow should be 3 to 4 tablespoons minimum of melted butter or 3 to 4 ounces of heavy whipping cream, or equivalent about 300 to 400 calories of fat. So, how's that sound?
So I always also look at like, what is the carb count of whatever nut butter I'm using? So let's say I'm trying to up the fat. So
it's going to be a lot of carbs.
So I keep putting more in order to get to this magic threshold that Joe's talking about. Well, at the same time, unlike butter is just adding fat. The peanut butter is adding fat and carbs at the same time. So I have to kind of balance that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of carbs in it. So Lisa's got a good question. What is the shelf life on Keto Chow? I have several flavors that I switch on and off. So if you're talking about like a dry package, it's 5 years from when they put it in the package. So this one, for example, is 2029. Now, there are some, like we have a bunch that it will probably give away that may be past the date that's on here, but you can actually add dates on there.
Right.
Because we had a whole bunch of it. We just packed it up. It's still good. But what happened was it used to be, I think it was 2 years or 3 years. And then they found out that it's actually good longer.
Right.
Even past the date, it's not going to get you sick. What this date is, it's on here at Best Buy. First of all, understand it's not an expiration date. It's a Best Buy date. The only thing actually, there's only 2 things that actually have, the biggest thing that has an expiration date in the United States is baby formula. Even milk is subjective to the state. Like in the state of Florida, the expiration or Best Buy date for milk is much further along than California. Every state gets to determine what their Best Buy date is. But most of them get to be made up at a store. Rachel worked in Aldi and she would literally go out there and stamp a Best Buy date. And then when it hit that, they would rechange the date.
Hate to say it, but it's true.
So it's a Best Buy date, meaning they guarantee it's an optimal up to that date. With Keto Chow, what you're looking at when they put that date on is that they have done extensive testing to find out that the vitamins that are in here will be the same at the same level today as it is in 5 years. So that is really what it comes down to. If you remember from science class, you have like half-life and things over time begin to degrade. So it will still be good in 5 years, but there is a chance that you may not have the same potency in the vitamins, but it doesn't mean it's going to get you sick. I've eaten Keto Chow that was like 3 years past the date. It tastes the same. It could only be that the vitamins may not be as potent, but it doesn't mean it's going to get you sick. So Now if you want one that's made up, once you make it up, roughly 7 days. So if you make it with butter, you could probably get a couple more days, but if you're using heavy cream, 7 days or whatever the expiration date was on your heavy cream. Nancy said Keto Chow is good for recipes. Yep, absolutely.
And I see a lot of people do that where I saw somebody had said that they were going to do triple B and E with 1 Keto Chow per day. If that is going to make you like stick to like it's keto chow and then the totality of what you're eating is beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, will you have the same results as if you just did triple B&E? I cannot guarantee that, no. However,
It is dairy.
Right. However, are you going to have better results with triple B&E and keto chow than not doing triple B&E and keto chow?
Yeah.
Most likely, yes. Yes, especially if you're somebody who is like, gosh, I just can't seem to stay keto. Like I'm keto Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm back to what I ate pre-keto. Try this.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose. And I feel like the keto chow, it being so rich, so creamy, so delicious, and a lot of variety of flavors may keep you, you know, in the game. And that's the whole point.
Debbie said, I'm having to be on a liquid or soft diet for 3 months and I've missed my protein. How do we make the soup keto chow? Same with your regular ones. So,
same thing. Butter.
You have the cream of mushroom, the potato. If you still can get the tomato basil, the taco, the beef soup base. Beef soup base is basically just, it's the same as the keto chow core, but with no flavoring. It's literally just beef protein. It's a good base for anything. And then you also have the spicy taco. Just add a bunch of fat. I find it goes really, and creamy chicken. It goes really good with a lot of fat.
I am going to say too, consider making our keto chow either like the protein custard or make the pudding that we have using keto chow, because it is delicious. It was something that kept Joe going when he was having so much like dental surgery required and he couldn't chew. It was very hearty, had a lot of protein in it, and it was, he was able to, it kind of satisfied that more of like a liquidy. It didn't take much for it to get it down.
Deborah said, thanks for having a thorough answer regarding cruise safety issue. I'm truly interested, but must overcome my fear. Your answers were very reassuring. Yeah.
Thanks.
Listen, I do a lot of studying on cruising, especially as a travel agent who really focuses on cruises, and I watch all the different things. You hear once in a blue moon about an issue on a cruise, but nothing compared to like just people walking down the street and stuff. You hear about a man overboard. Understand this: the man overboard on a cruise, nobody goes overboard by accident.
Yeah.
Okay, pretty much. The only way people go overboard is either, most of them are honestly, sad to say, suicides, or foul play. Once in a blue moon, it's somebody who's really drunk, but it's not that easy to go overboard. Most of them are suicide or foul play. And even there, I think there was like 40 something last year around the world.
And there are thousands and thousands,
millions of people who cruise. Yeah. So it is very, very safe. Rita says, still working on paying off low carb cruise 2025. Probably will not have excursions. Is there stuff to do on the ship while in port? Yes. And we actually are going to be recording a video later this week on doing Alaska without a lot of money, because we did. We went to Alaska in September. It's pretty much the same exact itinerary, and we only went on one excursion. But all of the other ones,
not a lot of money.
I think we spent like $25 we spent like $25 was a Juneau. Mm-hmm. In Juneau, we spent maybe $25, maybe $30 in Skagway.
Skagway was the train.
So Sitka.
So Sitka was the one that was.
And then the same thing in Victoria, British Columbia. We didn't spend any money.
Yeah. Well,
we spent $5 to go to a museum.
Yeah, we went to a museum. I don't know if it was that cheap.
It was like $5.
But it was pretty inexpensive.
Yeah. So there's a lot to do, and there's just a lot to see. But there's a lot to do on the ship as well.
The other thing I'm just going to say, Deborah, about cruising also is if you're like, hey, I want to try it, I'm going to highly recommend like going in a group of some sort. So the low carb cruise is a great one because there's going to be over 300 people there, most likely, that you'll be able to meet that person, meet these people. Everyone will have a lanyard on that indicates that they're with the low carb cruise. So that's like, you have points of like people I know, or come on one of the 2KK getaway cruises because we're there. You have a lot of people that's looking forward to hanging out with you and looking for you. If they notice somebody in a room that's like from the 2KK group, they're always like reaching out to them.
Right.
So that can be like that can enhance your feeling of safety as well.
Jackie wanted to know if we watched Bridgerton. Sadly, yes.
I loved Bridgerton.
It's great, but it is a naughty.
It's a little bit naughty. It's a lot bit naughty, but like it was good. It was really good. I think what I'm sad about now is like it's like anything that you binge watch, you're thinking to yourself, well, what next? Now what? Now I got to go live my own regular life. When I was looking forward to a Bridgerton episode every day until we didn't finish it.
Okay. Brenda said, I love cruising. My husband is too nervous for me to go. I'm immunocompromised.
And there's so much to do on a ship. If you never get off the ship, there's tons to do. Like there's classes, there's music, there's the pool, there's the hot tub, there's all kinds of games, there's trivia, there's scavenger hunts, there's auctions, there's the casino. Like there is so much to do on a ship. I think if somebody is like, I get bored on a cruise, then I really question like what is excitement to you? Like right. You would have to just be, I don't know, like how much more entertainment.
Justin said, I thought Bridgerton was tasteful naughty, if you will. I don't know. I don't know about tasteful naughty.
Tasteful.
He also said, I'll go on a cruise. If I go on a cruise, it'll be low carb 2KK or Disney. I would love to do a Disney cruise. So would Rachel, but I just cannot justify the price. Well, I just cannot justify that I can do 2 cruises on pretty much any other cruise line for the price of one Disney cruise.
The funniest thing is that we were on the cruise, the last cruise that we were on here in January, where it was just me and Joe, and we were in a hot tub with 2 people who work for like the Disney vacations
and used to work on it
and booked these cruises, and they were like, I can't justify going on a Disney cruise, and like
they said it's very regimented compared to other cruise lines. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and give this away. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna be active in the chat in the last 15 minutes.
Woohoo!
Okay, choose a winner.
Pick a winner. And the winner is
Danny Beach.
Danny Beach. Congratulations, Danny Beach. You're waiting for something?
So if Danny is here, let us know that you're here.
Yes.
And then what you're going to do is you are going to send us an email at joe@2krazyketos.com with all of your shipping information.
So let me know we are still in here,
and what we're going to do is we're going to give Danny about 5 minutes or so to let us know that he is still here.
So I did see Dustin say, well, Bridgerton is not on the same naughty level as Game of Thrones. No, you are correct, sir.
You are absolutely
absolutely
season
correct.
1 of we haven't watched the newest ones, like the spin-off. But I always laugh that it's like, yeah, the first season of Game of Thrones really bad. And then it kind of tames down a little bit. Just looking for Danny to say that they are here. Congratulations, Danny. I'm just going to keep watching over
We're
there.
looking to see if he's still here. Watch Danny like has stepped away or something, and then shoot. Why did I tap
Lori
out?
said, I'm here, but still no Danny. We're going to give... Oh, okay. We're going to give Danny until 4:50.
Our rooster outside is saying that he's here. He'd be willing to get it.
Mama Cat said, I've never watched Game of Thrones.
It was exciting, but definitely the first season. And that's a lot of times on the HBO shows. It's like, I don't know if to get the job, you have to be willing for full frontal nudity, but season 1 only. Like season 1, like there's all kinds of craziness. And then sometimes it kind of tempers off a little bit. But there was a lot in that we never finished the end of it because it was getting
Game of Thrones, we watched all of Game of Thrones. We did not watch the after it ended. Synergy said cruises sound addictive. I would say they are.
Very much so.
I would say it depends on what you like. We do a lot of cruising, but we don't do a lot of excursions. We just like being on the ship. Let's see. A lot of people saying congratulations. Deborah said Bridgerton is a very entertaining show, but the last season made me sad.
Aww.
Is there a new one of that at all?
I haven't seen one yet. Have you? I think, but I mean, we've been. I know that like there's an intention to keep going with it, right? They're not going to divergent you, right?
Synergy said, I'm glad I watched it a long time ago. I think it would be too naughty for me to consider. I think I'm the same way. Juliana said, if you leave a cruise hungry or bored, that's a you problem.
Right? That's kind of the way I feel. And I don't mean to be mean about it. It's just that,
okay. Danny's here. What do I need to do? I'm a few minutes behind. Send us an email, Danny, at joe@twocrazyketos.com with all of your shipping information.
joe@twocrazyketos.com.
Yep.
Not 2crazyketos@gmail.
No, joe@twocrazyketos.
joe@twocrazyketos.com with your shipping information. Congratulations,
And then what
Danny.
we're going to do is we're just going to have Keto Chow mail you a box. And you know what? You want to just we'll mail out this box.
We'll mail out this one.
So ready? One more person?
Yeah, one more person to win. And we will
Give me the pistachio out of it, though.
No, you're not taking anything out of it. You will get a fully intact box. Now, y'all see, we opened it, but I did not wipe my armpit on it. So it's completely armpit free. We're just going to package it back up.
Okay, well, let's rub that on your armpit.
No,
maybe somebody wants it.
We're not rubbing it on armpits.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So who's going to get this one? And
Carrie
Chiasson.
So,
here we go. Congratulations, Carrie. Send us your shipping information.
We're going to give them like 5 minutes.
Yeah, joe@twocrazyketos.com. That's awesome. Yeah, I know this has been a good month. This has been a good beginning of the year, Carrie. I know somebody had like recently.
Everyone said armpit free.
So generous and gifted you with some carnivore bars recently. Yeah, he wants the pistachio because it is amazing.
No, Crystal wants the one that your armpits are on.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Danny, what is the email? Here. I'm going to put it here, Danny.
Here we go. I'm going to type it in.
There
we go.
So you're gonna email me there with all of your shipping information.
Congratulations, Carrie. Good job. Good job, everybody.
So let's see. Anybody looking for more comments? Just lots of congrats. I love our community.
Yes, you guys are so stinking awesome. Now, don't forget, we're going to be back live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern for Keto Beyond the Couch. If you are new here, Keto Beyond the Couch is where we celebrate subscriber victories. So while we have your attention, please head over to our Facebook page, head over to our Mighty Networks page, put some comments underneath this particular live stream once it's completed, and share your wins for the week. We can't shout you out. We can't congratulate you if you do not share your story and what's going on in your life. And there's really, like, do not wait until you've like hit the 100-pound loss mark for us to celebrate. We need to celebrate every single day. So if there is something that you would like to share with the bigger community, please put it in the Two Crazy Ketos family page, in Mighty Networks, in that public space, or on one of our videos so that we can spotlight you tomorrow morning on Keto on the Couch.
John said Disney cruises are too expensive, greedy mouse.
Hey, he's got it. He's got a lot of cheese.
Listen, it's supply and demand. People are willing to pay for it. I mean, honestly, it's funny because as a Floridian, I can tell you, I actually think one of the best deals for annual passes is Disney. I mean, we actually have it for Universal too, but Disney gives you free parking. Universal doesn't.
Yeah.
And Disney offers an annual pass for $450 for all 4 parks. Is it 4 parks? Yeah, 4 parks. And like, that's a great deal, including parking.
It's just a matter of you using it.
Yeah.
That's the challenge in anything, right? So like, keto's a great deal. Keto works. Keto is awesome, but it is only a good deal if you're going to use it.
Yep.
Right? It's only going to work if you're going to use it. The consistency matters.
Let's see. Anything? Yeah. Teresa said staying positive is so important.
Yeah.
Kathy wants to know when the homestead videos are going to start. As soon as I can start editing them. Yeah. Like, it's just trying to get into the house. It's like I have so many videos. I actually downloaded everything off of my phone that I have, and it took 4 hours to like actually I'm not even talking about how long it took to download it, but just to transfer it from my computer to my like hard drive, it took 4 hours. That's how many videos I have.
Yeah.
To edit. So
we're looking forward to sharing
we are getting ready to start it, and then we have a vlog coming out this week for like an update of everything that's going on with the house and stuff. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Taking off next week and not going to Vegas, though it was so sad for us, I think was the best decision because I know I'll be able to get a lot done this week.
So anybody that is going to the Coastside Conference in Vegas, will you do me a personal favor and take lots of pictures and share them with us in the Two Crazy Ketos family group and also in Mighty Networks so that we can see what you are seeing? We don't want to miss out. We just felt like we had to stay home and just keep plugging along.
Mama Cat said I need to get more almond milk so I can get back to making keto chow. You don't need to use almond milk. Just use water. Sure. And then butter or heavy cream. Deborah said, if you ever decide to have farm tours, I will come all the way from Oregon to go on one. Yeah, we'll definitely have some. I was actually thinking yesterday that eventually once we're all done, there's something called Harvest Hosts that we really love to participate in when it comes to RVing. And it's basically where you have businesses and things like that allow people to stay on their property like overnight for free. Usually it's no hookups or anything like that. In exchange, you do a little bit of shopping or something like that. So eventually when we're able to sell eggs and chicken, and then, you know, Rachel eventually wants to do bees and that kind of stuff where we can kind of have that kind of thing where people could just stay overnight passing through and just kind of hang out with people.
I would love to be a place. I would love to provide a place where people could rest their heads. That gives me so much joy. Just thinking of it like makes me feel so, you know, heartwarmed because of the fact that just somebody to know like you're safe here, you can rest, like wake up and continue your journey. I think that that's really what community is all about. It's just, you know, you guys are a place where we can rest our heads, and we hope that we are a shoulder for you to rest your heads on as well.
Okay, Gary is wondering about Keto Chow shakes. Is it a powder and some sort of liquid only? Would this be a good meal replacement? I'm diabetic, taking Manjaro, so don't have a big app. Yeah, so it comes as a powder, and then you're going to mix it with whatever fat source you want, and then water. So, for example, every one of these packets, depending on the flavor, they're all slightly different, okay? But for example, if I can grab another one, chocolate peanut butter is slightly higher because it has some fat in it, because chocolate peanut butter is basically chocolate and then they're using peanut flour. So this is 178 calories, whereas this one is 119. Most of them are between 120 to 125, 130 calories. Again, it depends on the flavor.
Just the powder.
And then you're going to add in melted butter or heavy cream. I always recommend 3 to 4 tablespoons of melted butter or 3 to 4 ounces of heavy cream. So give you an idea, with heavy cream, this strawberry one would be 523 calories. That's your meal. This one would be 582 calories. Same thing. If you use 4 tablespoons of melted butter, it comes out to be the same. Melted butter always enhances the flavor. Heavy cream will make it thicker, but heavy cream carries carbs. So you have 0.413 per tablespoon. So if you use 4 ounces of heavy cream, you're adding about 3.5 carbs. But this would be perfect for you. Now, some people, we actually will make it into ice cream. We have videos on how you do that. You can also use it in recipes. But it is a great shake. If you're like, hey, I just want to have something, I want to make sure I'm getting my nutrition in, this is a great option. It is awesome for that. And also, you can take that shake and you can turn it into an ice cream if you would like to, you know, enjoy it as an ice cream. That's great. And you can make it into an ice cream by having a very high powered blender and adding ice to it. We have a video on that. You can use it by making it up and pouring it into a, what's the one that's just like the regular ice cream maker that is. You mean like the Cuisinart one? Yeah. You can do that compression. You can have a compressor one. And then finally, well, the one that we use the most is the Ninja Creamy. So you can make them ahead of time, pour them into the containers, freeze them, and then use that to make an ice cream using a Ninja Creamy. Diane said, I'd come to Florida twice a year. I'd love to visit. We always tell people, listen, if you're in Florida now, we're Central Florida area, here's I can't promise we're available because it just depends. Yeah. We also don't know what our schedule is in 6 months. you know, but you know, we
But
always
let
tell
us know
people
you're
measure,
coming.
you know, if you're coming in, if you're going to be in the area, message us if we can meet up. We, you know, we love to, but don't be mad at us if we can't. You know,
Right.
like we really wanted to hang out with Sean when he came in with the family, but
Yes.
we were literally moving that day.
Yeah.
You know, so there was nothing that we could do about that. Karen said, is coconut cream a fat or not? Yeah, you can, it is, there is carbs in it, but there is fat in
Sure.
coconut cream. And a lot of people, like I know Maria Emmerich uses coconut cream a lot as a fat source because she tries to stay non-dairy. Deborah said, thanks for the fat to protein tip regarding blood sugar on a recent video.
Yay.
Some days I have no issues. Other days it's high and I never understood. Now I do.
I'm so glad it helped.
John said, I've never tried coconut oil. That sounds yummy. Now, yeah, coconut oil, if you're using coconut oil for Keto Chow, you're going to treat it just like butter. You're going to melt it and use warm water because coconut oil will become a solid below 74 degrees.
Yeah.
Dustin said, did Ninja ever talk about the old design that was discontinued, the Breeze, and that went away and the old design came back? Now, I don't know. I've noticed that too. Okay. We are going to get off. We have to go wrangle the turkeys before they go on walkabout.
They're going to go down the street and go visit another farm. Like we find them like greeting other animals.
I also have to get busy building some type of turkey coop with nesting boxes because the Tom has been mounting the hens,
Yes.
which means they are getting close to laying eggs.
Right.
I did see somebody in one of the
Spring.
local poultry groups say their turkeys started laying eggs. They don't start laying eggs until like end of March, end of February, beginning of March.
Maybe ours are just very ambitious.
Yeah, so we'll need to do that. Okay, guys, thank you very much. We will be back live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time.
We love you guys.
Bye.